Ciao to everybody! Today let's talk about the life and career of Katy Perry. I'm just reading this news, so I don't know if all is correct. And by the way, I'm Italian, so excuse me for my poor pronunciation. Okay, let's start from the early years of this great singer. Hello, the true name of Katy Perry is Catherine Elizabeth Hudson, and was born in Santa Barbara, California, to Pentecostal pastors Morris Kate Hudson, born in 1947, and Mary Christine Perry, who was born in the same year, of Kate Hudson Ministries. She has a younger brother named David, that was born in 1988, and an older sister named Angela, that was born in 1982. As a child, Perry attended religious schools and camps. She was incorporated into her parents' ministry and sang in churches between the age of 9 and 16. She grew up listening to gospel music, as her parents did not want her listening to much secular music. She learned how to dance in a recreation building in Santa Barbara. She was taught by seasoned dancer and began with swing, Lindy Hop and jitterbug. Perry initially started singing because she was in the middle of a phase where she was copycatting her sister Angela. Growing up, she often took cassette tapes Angela practiced with and rehearsed the song and performed them in front of the parents. They suggested she take vocal coaching. She took the opportunity and began taking lessons at the age of 9 and continued until she was 16. At 15 years, Perry's singing in church attracted the attention of rock veterans from Nashville, Tennessee, who brought her there to polish her writing skills. In December 1999, she took her jet after the first semester of her freshman year at the Dos Pueblos High School and decided to leave school in the pursuit of a career in music. Perry briefly studied Italian opera at the Music Academy of the West in Santa Barbara. In Nashville, she started recording demos and was taught by country music veterans how to craft songs and play guitar. Perry signed to the Christian music label Red Hill, under which she recorded her first album. Performing as Kate Hudson, she released a self-titled gospel rock album on February 8 on the 2001. Two singles were released from the album, Trust Me and Search Me. She supported this album with the Strangely Normally tour. But the album was unsuccessful as the label ceased operation at the end of that year. At the age of 17, Perry left her home for Los Angeles, California. California, California, here she came! Okay, sorry for this singing. This is not a song of Katy Perry, but when I read California. Okay. California, where she worked with Glenn Ballard on an album for Highland Records. Growing up listening to mostly country gospel, she had a few references when she began recording songs. Asked by the producer with whom she would like to collaborate, Perry had no idea. In September 2002, she went with her mother to a hotel. Inside, she turned on the VH1 and first heard about producer Glenn Ballard that night when watching him talking about Alanis Morissette that night, prompting her interest in working with Ballard. He produced Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, which had a huge influence on her. She expressed interest in working with Ballard to her initial collaborator, who arranged a meeting for her with Ballard in Los Angeles. Perry presented one of her songs to Ballard, who then helped develop her songwriting over the next few years. In 2003 she began using her mother's maiden name Perry as a stage name to avoid confusion with actress Kate Hudson. After Perry was subsequently dropped by the Highland Def Jam music group, she signed to Columbia Records in 2004. The same year, Perry and Kaya Jones provided backing vocals on Mick Jagger's song Old Habits Die Hard, which won the 2005 Golden Globe Award for the Best Original Song. However, the label was not amenable with her vision and did not give her full creative control. Instead, one of Columbia's ideas was to pair her with the record production team The Matrix, who was working on an album, to serve as its female vocalist. 80% completed. However, Columbia decided not to finish and dropped her from the label. The album ended up being shelved. Her burgeoning music career led to her being named The Next Big Thing in October 2004 by Blender magazine. A solo album she had worked on with Ballard was scheduled for release on August in 2005 but was cancelled. Some of her collaborations with Ballard, such as Box, Diamonds and Long Shot, were posted on her official MySpace page. Simple, one of the songs she recorded with Ballard, was released on the soundtrack The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. With no album project ongoing, Perry began recording her own, titled Fingerprints. While waiting to find another label, she worked in an independent A&R company called Taxi Music. In early 2006, she was featured in the end of the video to POD's single Goodbye for Now. Late that November, she played the love interest of her then boyfriend, Gym Class Heroes lead singer Travis McCoy, in the band's music video for Cupid's Chokehold. Okay, let's go on. While in the process of being dropped in Columbia in 2006, the company publicity executive Angela Cobb-Baylor enthusiastically recommended her to Virgin Records chairman Jason Flom. At the time, Flom was leading a complete revival in fortunes at the label and looking to crown recent achievements by breaking a global pop act. Despite mixed reaction from fellow Virgin executives, Flom became convinced that Perry could be a breakthrough star, and at the start of 2007, extended discussion with Columbia resulted in her signing to the newly created Capitol Music Group, a merger between Virgin and Capitol. As a part of the deal, the label secured the masters to the unfinished album recorded with Columbia that would go on for a significant part of her album, One of the Boys. The Columbia recording was seen by Flom as being very strong but lacking an undeniable smash or two that would work both at US pop radio and internationally. And so one of the executives' first action after completing the signing was to set up a collaboration between Perry and Dr. Luke. The two co-wrote her song I Kiss a Girl and Hot and Cold. Establishing her image was one of the immediate concerns of her management. A campaign was started with the November 20, on the 2007, release of the video to You're So Gay, aimed at introducing her to the music market. A digital EP, led by Years Ago, was later released to create online buzz and press story. This was a successful move that brought Perry to the attention of Madonna, who mentioned her on Kiss FM and KRQ John Jay a Rich morning show in Arizona. On March 2008, she appeared as herself on the ABC family television series Wildfire on the episode Life's Too Short. In the next step of promoting the album, Perry undertook a 2-month tour of radio station. A Kiss Girl was released on May the 6th of 2008. Her A&R Chris Anouk told it Quartets the song and its controversial team had met with strong resistance at the label. People said, "This is never going to get played on the radio. How do we sell this? How's this going to be played in the Bible Belt?" Anouk said that they needed the support of one of the label's radio promoters to convince people to believe in the record. Otherwise, she would have likely been dropped again. Capitol's SVP of promotion, Dennis Reese, saw the vision and helped push the single on the national radio. The first station to pick it up and take a chance was The River in Nashville. After playing it for 3 days, they were inundated with enthusiastic calls. On June the 12th of 2008, she appeared as herself on the daytime soap opera The Young and the Restless. Perry also performed backing vocals on the song Another Night in the Hills from Gavin Rossdale on the June 2008 solo album Wanderlust. One of the Boys was released on June on the 17th 2008 to mixed critical review. The album reached number 9 on the Billboard and the Billboard 200 and has been certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. Hot and Cold became a second top 3 single in dozens of countries around the world, including the United States, where it reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as topping the charts in Germany, Canada, and Denmark. She later launched their first headlining tour, the Hello Katy Tour, in January 2009. I Kiss a Girl earning her a nomination for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance at the 2000 Grammy Awards. She was nominated in 5 categories at the 2008 MTV Video Music Awards, including Best New Artist and Best Female Video, but lost to Britney Spears. She won Best New Act at the 2008 MTV Europe Music Awards, which she co-hosted, and Best International Female Artist as the 2009 Brit Awards. On February 9, 2009, both I Kiss a Girl and Hot and Cold were certified 3-time platinum by Recording Industry Association of America for individual digital sales of over 3 million. The Guinness Book of World Records recognized her on in this 2010 version as the best start on the US digital chart by a female artist for the single selling over 2 million digital copies. The Matrix self-titled debut album, which featured Perry, was later released via the team's label Let's Hear It during her solo tour. When the release date was scheduled, I Kiss a Girl had been charting well. Matrix member Lauren Christie spoke to Perry about the decision, but she wanted to hold the release until the fourth single One of Boys has been dispatched. Despite their communication, The Matrix was released on January 27, 2009 onto iTunes. In January 2009, Perry embarked on her first headlining world tour, the Katy Tour, visiting North America, Europe, Asia and Australia. Okay. This is not important. In October 2009, MTV Unplugged revealed that Perry was one of the artists to perform for them and that she would be releasing a live album of the performance, including 2 new tracks, Brick by Brick and a cover of Fountains of Wayne, Sack. The album was released on November 17, including both a CD and a DVD. Okay, let's go on to 2010. Perry appeared as a guest judge alongside Simon Cowell, Cherry Cole and Louise Walsh during the Dublin audition stage of the 7th series of the English television show The X Factor on June 28, 2010. She was one of the many celebrities chosen to fulfill the role of judge, whereas Demi Minogue was on maternity leave. Perry's first studio album, Teenage Dream, was released on August 24 on 2010. His lead single, California Girls, featuring rapper Snoop Dogg, was released early that May. It peaked atop the Billboard Hot 100 for 6 consecutive weeks. Teenage Dream was released in July as the album's second single and also topped to the Hot 100. In October, Firework was released as the first single from Teenage Dream, and it became the album's first consecutive number 1 on the Hot 100. As a result, she became the first female in 11 years to have 3 consecutive number 1s from a single album. In November 2010, she released her first fragrance, Pure. It is packaged in a cat-shaped bottle and is available through Nordstrom store. On February 20, on the 2011, Perry embarked on an extensive world tour in support of Teenage Dream. It was titled The California Dreams Tour and including a lot of shows in Europe, Australia, Asia, North America, South America. It turning over $59 million. A few days before beginning the tour, a remixed version of E.T. featuring rapper Kanye West was released as the fourth single from Teenage Dream. It topped to the Hot 100 chart for 5 non-consecutive weeks, with E.T. a number 1 on the chart on May. Perry became the first artist to spend 52 consecutive weeks in the top 10 of the Jackson record. Additionally, Teenage Dream boasted a record-breaking 6th number 1 song on Billboard Adult Pop Song chart. In late July 2011, she made her film debut in the 3D family film The Smurfs as Smurfette. The Smurf earned a lot of money worldwide during its theatrical run, to receive many negative reviews from critics. The week of September 17 on 2011 marked Perry's 69th consecutive week in the top 10 with single Last Friday Night. Sorry. On September 2003, she performed on the opening day at the 2011 Rock in Rio Festival along with Elton John, Claudia Leight and Rihanna, which was extended to October 2. In early October, The One That Got Away was released as sixth and final single from Teenage Dream, picking up 3 on the Hot 100. Teenage Dream became the third album in history to produce 6 top 5 hit singles. On January 2012, Perry was named the 6th best-selling digital artist in the United States, with sales of 37.6 million units, according to Nielsen SoundScan. That month, she became the first artist to have 5 songs sell over 5 million digital units. Later that month, Electronic Arts Game recruited her to promote their new expansion pack, The Sims 3 Showtime. The California Dreams tour also concluded on January 22, 2012, and in March Teenage Dream was re-released under the title Teenage Dream The Complete Confection. It was preceded by the February release of Part of Me, which became the album's 7th single released and 6th single overall to top the Hot 100. Wide Awake was released in May as the second single from Complete Confection, peaking at number 2. In June 2012, she revealed plans to launch her own record label, which would be under Capitol Records. In early July 2012, her autobiographical documentary movie Katy Perry Part of Me was released to theaters under Paramount Pictures. It garnered positive critical review and grossed about $30 million worldwide at the box office. Later that month, she became the spokesperson and ambassador for Pop Chips. That September, Billboard announced that Perry would take home the 2012 Woman of the Year award at the Woman in Music event, which took the place on November 30, 2012 in New York City. She also supported Barack Obama during his campaign for re-election in November 2012. Perry told Billboard in fall 2012 about Prism. I know exactly the record I want to make next. I know the artwork, the coloring, and the tone. I even know what type of tour I'm doing next. I'll be very pleased if the vision I have in my head becomes a reality. However, Perry mentioned that she did not want the album to be a Teenage Dream 2.0, stating that would be silly. It's not any interest for me to try and outdo myself at every corner. Eventually, you just like pop explode. What? Okay. After taking time off from her professional career following the release of her autobiographical film, she began work on the album in November 2012 and finished it in July 2013. Perry reprised her role as Smurfette in The Smurfs 2, which was released in the theater on July 13. Like its predecessor, it received many negative reviews from critics. Killer Queen was released as the third fragrance in August 2013 through Coty Inc. Roar made its debut as the lead single from Prism. Perry recorded and co-wrote a duet with John Mayer titled Who You Love for his album Paradise Valley. The album was released in August. She closed the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards with her first live performance of Roar on August in a special performance under the Brooklyn Bridge. Although Perry stated in June 2012 interview with L'Uomo Vogue that she planned to have darker elements in Prism, she revealed to MTV that there's not really any darkness on the record. During the 2013 MTV Video Music Award, stating, "The reason why I call this record Prism is because I actually finally let the light, and then I was able to create all these songs that were inspired by letting the light in and doing some self-reflection and just kind of working on myself. I felt very prismatic. Because of that, I feel like now I get to show this song off and share this song with the listener, and it's almost like I get to be in the chorus they have experienced out from me." On September 4, 2013, Billboard announced that Roar reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. On September 30, she performed the song on the iTunes Festival. She made a musical guest appearance with Bruce Willis on Saturday Night Live on October the 12th of 2013, where she also performed Roar. Unconditionally was released at the album Second Silly on October 16, 2013. The next day, Prism became available for streaming online. Prism was released in Ireland, Italy, Slovakia, and Slovenia on October 18, 2013, and was released worldwide on October. In the United States, it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 286 million copies in its first week. The same day as its worldwide release, Perry performed the Prince track for the first time at the Iheart Radio Theater in Los Angeles. On November 10, she performed Unconditionally at the 2014 MTV Europe Music Awards. She also opened the American Music Awards on November with performers of Unconditionally and performed the song on the season 10 final of the X Factor on December 15. 2 days later, Dark Horse was released as the album's first single. In early January 2014, Perry became a guest curator of Madonna's Art for Freedom project. Perry will begin the Prismatic World Tour on May 7, 2014. It will begin at the Odyssey Arena in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and feature Icona Pop. The first leg of the tour will also feature performances in Scotland and England. The tour will last through fall 2015. Okay, I hope someone liked the information I have read. Okay, ciao 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 from this video game. Ciao ciao ciao.